All right, here we go. Back at it. 4 big races coming up this weekend. We're going to take care of it all here in one show as we focus in on what's happening. We got action on Thursday from Santa Anita. They had all that rain, so they're finally able to get back out there on the track, and they'll pick it up on Thursday. And then we have races on Saturday. So let's get started with the action on Santa Anita on Thursday. 2 turf races. Turf course should be good to go. Race number 3 on the card is the Eddie Logan. 1 mile on the turf. Your rail is out at 30 feet, usually means that's more conducive to speed than it is to closers. And in this race, you've got some interesting runners to the inside. Brigante for Doug O'Neill. Then stark contrast. Irisich is the 3, that deep closer. Unrivaled Time, also a closer. Plutarch for Bob Bafford, also a closer. Carabuono, closer for Leonard Powell. Third Beer, closer for Tim Yachteen. Not much pace in this race, and that's why I'm going here into the inside Brigante. So Brigante is a horse that has shown some speed. Take a look at what happened when they broke the maiden. They broke the maiden on the turf at Del Mar. Decent fractions early on. They got a break in that second quarter, and they were able to kick clear in the stretch, win the race, break the maiden. So they came right back in that grade 3 Cecil B. DeMille, and they didn't have the chance to get the lead. But here's the thing. There's no pace in this race. Emiseo Yaramillo is in town to ride. If you know anything about him, he rides usually in South Florida. He is outstanding. He's very assertive, and I think he'll get out on top. Can he hold it? I don't know. But that's the reason why you get 20-1 on the morning line, because you don't know. But it's Doug O'Neill. And if anybody can steal a race like this at a price like that, with a tactic like that, it's Doug O'Neill. I'm going Brigante. 20-1 to run them off their feet in the Eddie Logan. Then we're going to get to the back half of the card, and we get to another really, really good turf race. Now this one is the Robert J. Frankel Stakes, Thursday, 1 1/8 on the turf course. Going to be race number 7. 8 runners signed on. Grade 3 event. Let's take a look at our runners. Public Assembly to the inside can track or rate just off of the pace. Willa T can do the same thing. I'm a Joker, gonna close. Hannah Buckle, gonna close. Paradise Lake, gonna close. Son of Hill, gonna close. Starry Night, aha. Starry Night has a little bit of speed. They could be intriguing from that spot to the outside. Watch Over, closer. So your pace setter might be Starry Night. And by the way, Ricardo Gonzalez is outstanding on the front end, so they're going to be tough to deal with. However, I don't think they're good enough to take them all the way around, because there are other horses that will be close, and close is what we want. So I'm going to go with a runner that is 8-1 on the morning line, will be close to the pace, not having to dictate, gets the jump on the closers. It's Willa T for Tim Yachteen. I like the way that this mare runs. She's just sits just off the pace. We're going 1 1/8 here, so I think she'll be sitting maybe a little bit further back than she was going a mile, but I don't think it's going to be a problem. She has a nice kick, and I think this distance is going to be great, and I think she'll get enough of a target with the 7 Starry Night setting the pace out there on the front end. So there you have it. The Robert Frankel Stakes, Thursday, 1 1/8, race number 7, and the pick is the 2, Willa T. We move on. That was Thursday. Now we go to Saturday action. And with Saturday action, we take a look at what's happening at Gulfstream Park. So some interesting races. They've got the Sunshine Million and whatnot, but that's like a sorry field of horses. But the Sunshine Million Filly Mare Turf, the Sunshine Filly Mare Turf is different. 11 runners, a lot of talent here. A little bit of everything. Take a look at your field. Lady Cha-Cha. Improving closer to the inside. Luz de la Luna Presser, going to be stretching out. Miss Mary Nell, speed. Volatile. It's a sprinter stretching out, so probably going to show some speed. Sapphire Girl, going to press just off the pace. Spirited Boss, same thing, sit just off the pace. Ashima. So Ashima won this race last year on the front end. And by the way, she could probably still do that, but I don't think that's going to be their tactic. There's certain riders where they can do whatever they want, but for some reason they don't, and Javier Castellano is not an aggressive send rider. So I don't think he's going to do it. He's going to probably be in a nice little pressing, stalking pace spot. He thinks he's probably got the best runner, and he probably does, so he doesn't have to send. He'll sit in a nice spot. Super Willowa, going to press as well. Rudulph, speed. Super Zonda, speed presser. Great Venezuela is the 11. Sprinter stretching out, probably going to show speed. I don't think there's going to be 4 or 5 horses on the front end. I think there'll be 2 or 3, and that's all that I need to really make some things happen with a runner that I think is going to be motoring late in the stretch. Lady Cha-Cha. Couple of reasons why. One, I think we'll get great value on Lady Cha-Cha. Number 2, we have a runner that's improving. I like that. I like the pedigree. I really like the rider. So Miguel Vasquez, I think, does a really good job. Everybody knows that on no matter what surface you're on there at Gulfstream Park. So I think they're going to be in a nice spot. I just like the way that this runner has been improving. I know it's a big step up for her, but that's the whole point. You know, you don't go with a horse like a Shima, who's already proven, going to be a short price, and you're not quite sure what tactic she's going to employ to win. Lady Cha-Cha, I know what they're going to do. They're going to sit back, relax, try to save ground, run everybody down in the stretch. Boom. That's how we get all of our money. It's the number 1, Lady Cha-Cha, in the Sunshine Filly Mare Turf. Probably can't say Sunshine Millions anymore. It's not part of that program anymore. Okay, then we go to the last race we're going to focus in on Saturday. We go to Turfway Park. The Likely Exchange is a nice race going a mile over the synthetic. Velvet Devil will be a horse we'll take a look at here as we top the list with 8 runners going a mile. Got some speed, stretching out, could be dangerous. Literate is going to be, I think, should be the favorite. Really nice closing kick, proven runner, going to be tough to deal with. Devasa comes here to the synthetic for the first time, has some speed, could be interesting. Love Song, deep closer, but loves the synthetic. Condone, presser, raider, has some class, can make the move with Fernando de la Cruz, might be closer to the pace than we'd expect. Cairo Consort, closer. I don't really think they're going to be ready off the layoff. Hello, hello, hello. Another runner that's done a pretty good job consistently being in the mix on the synthetic surface, so I would expect her to do the same thing. And then there's Trial. Trial's got some speed, second off the layoff, going to be in a great spot. Super dangerous in this race, definitely figures to the outside. Solid field of 8 runners here, and we decide that we're going to go with the deep closer. So Love Song is a runner that scored last time out at Turfway Park going a mile and a quarter. Turning back in distance, not going to be a problem, because you can go back and see how this runner has performed going a mile over the turf course. I like it. I see that they were able, actually a bit more effective when they went mile 70, when they went a mile 16th, things like that. But I just like horses that have shown great ability turning back in distance. Great closing kick, so the mile and a quarter back to the mile. There's enough pace to set it up. Love Song is the winner. I don't think we'll get massive price on this runner, but I think it'll be good enough. I would say I'm going to say post time we're going to probably end up getting 5 to 1, 6 to 1 on Love Song, and that's solid, right? And that's all you really want. A little something to get you a little bang for your buck and to be able to turn a profit. So that's how you do it. You get set for those 4 races coming your way. Don't forget the 2 races on Thursday, because they're playing makeup because they lost all those days of racing with all the rain we got here in the past 2 weeks, about 8 or 9 inches of rain. That's a lot. So now they're going to get back into the mix. Then you go to Gulfstream Park with that really competitive race on the turf to wrap up their Saturday card. And, of course, the Likely Exchange there, a nice race at Turfway Park on Saturday. That's how we do it here on Horse Race Bets. In the meantime, in between time, till next time, we'll see you here. I'm Ken Rudolph. Hey, good luck and enjoy whatever you're into.